Meet Sue. Sue has a big job. She wants to help the leaders in her company become even better at leading. Her boss agrees with her, even wanting her to train everyone. But here's the catch. She needs to do it on a fairly limited budget. But Sue isn't one to give up easily, so she starts by sending an email to all the leaders. She first wants to find out what is it that they actually need. Smart move, right? Then, one day, as she's walking to the break room, very much in need of a coffee, she bumps into Natalie. Natalie is one of the leaders in her company. She says, "I just saw your email and I'd love to get some training, but I'm really busy. How long would it take?" They talk for a few minutes and Sue realizes that there are many leaders like Natalie who want support but can't afford to step out of work for hours at a time. While thinking on this challenge, she continues walking towards the coffee area. As she arrives in the break room, she comes across Jonathan, another leader in her company. He turns to her, coffee in hand, and says, "I just saw your email and I love the idea of training, but..." He went on to list the problems he had with past trainings. Too much theory, not engaging enough, didn't address my challenges. All the while, Sue took notes. Back at her desk, Sue thinks through everything she's heard. She thinks about traditional training and coaching programs, but realizes that they'll be too expensive for her boss and take too much time away from busy leaders like Natalie. Then she considers e-learning, but she isn't sure if their theory-first approach will really feel relevant and applicable enough to leaders like Jonathan. With that thought, she decides to do some online research. That's when she stumbles upon something intriguing. Skillfully Said. Skillfully Said provides the content and structure of other e-learnings, but with the additional ability to practice conversations with AI characters. It's like combining e-learning with a personal coach to practice with and get feedback from. Excited, Sue decides to give it a try. She signs up on her phone and starts learning how to give better feedback. Curious to try it out, she clicks on the first step, giving behavioral feedback. After learning from a 5-minute video, Sue is already in a conversation with Vincent, an AI character playing her direct report who's struggling with the very relatable topic of prioritization. During the conversation, she notices that whenever she gave a direct but kind feedback, she was rewarded with a smiley face to tell her that she's on track. On the other hand, whenever she was too direct or harsh, she got a think again face instead. This real-time feedback has already helped Sue better her feedback skills, even while just testing the platform out for herself. After the practice convo, Sue found that she got tons of helpful personalized feedback. She received an immediate summary on what she did well and recommendations on how to improve next time. She could even review her conversation again in more detail to see the specific statements that helped her perform well. After this initial conversation was complete, Sue scrolled further down in the learning journey. She noticed that the learning journey first prepared learners with the basic building blocks of giving feedback, then increased learning transfer by providing harder conversations that let Sue test her feedback-giving skills in a variety of different contexts and with different people. With this clear structure that took her less than 10 minutes to get started, Sue could imagine busy leaders like Natalie practicing anytime, anywhere, like when they're waiting for the subway or while waiting for a coffee to be made. Wait, where's that coffee of hers again? Natalie's concerns are met, but what about Jonathan? Sue wants to make sure that the content can be made even more relevant to her leaders, so she looks into how customizable Skillfully Said is. Turns out, it's pretty flexible. Default scenarios already represent a lot of the challenges that her leaders face on a day-to-day basis, and she can always tweak things to fit exactly what her leaders need. And the best part? It makes learning fun, with weekly goals and leaderboards. She can already imagine her more competitive leaders coming back to do just one more convo to meet their weekly goals. And with that, Sue's criteria is finally met. If you empathize with Sue, drop us a note and we'll be happy to see how we can help you. Otherwise, try out Skillfully Said for yourself with a free trial, no commitment needed.